go party up till the morning, girl, it don't stop. You know that I'm on it, flash it, don't flaunt it. Show me you want it, girl, it don't stop. You got a man, baby, you want it, no, don't care what you want. It don't stop, Patron and more party, girl, we gon' party up till the morning, girl, it don't stop.
What's going on, y'all, man? We back at it here again with another episode of the LMX Podcast. If y'all see, I got an empty seat in front of me. And today's going to be the first episode of a new little segment I call Toxic or Not. In studio right here, I got 3 different women. And they're going to come up here one by one. They're going to obviously introduce themselves. And they're going to tell me certain tendencies, traits, frames of mind, anything in that ballpark, whatever the case they may be. And I'm going to be the judge toxic. I'm going to deem if it's toxic or not. And if it's really toxic, they're getting dismissed and on to the next one. All right? Anyways, man, here we are. Here we got our first guest. If you please come on up. Hello, miss. You want to introduce yourself?
Well,
I mean, I know you, but, like, they don't know you.
I'm Ray.
Talking to the mic, please.
I'm Ray.
All right, Ray. Let me hear something.
All right. I look at locations and I check, like, you know, like in the photos where the map is, I like check, you know, to see where you at and stuff like that. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask. Also, I go through, so you know, like Facebook, you know, the likes. I go through the likes. I go through the person's page. Then I go to the mom's page. Then I go to the sister's page. And I put 2 and 2 together and figure out who the fuck the person is. Also, I do not like.
At what point do I have to share my location with you?
Oh, I mean, like, I'll ask. Like, oh, like, would you like to share your location?
Okay,
with
me
so
and
I
you
can
start
know?
dating today. When do I have to share my location with you?
Make it like a month. Yeah, I wanted your location.
You just ask it randomly?
Yep.
Like out of nowhere?
Yep.
Like, good morning, can I have your location?
No, we're gonna have a conversation. Like, we're gonna go through, like, you know, get the conversation going, and I'll be like, all right, so like, how you feel if I get your location? And then if they be like, all right, yeah, I'll like, give you my location, and you know.
Is there any reason as to why they can say no to where you wouldn't look at it weird?
I mean, it depends, because then I'm like, all right, so you hiding something.
What if I say it's too soon?
I mean, okay, so then I understand, yeah. All right, so we'll give it some time. I understand that, because, you know, people don't think the same way as me, so, you know, I'm gonna let you.
Okay. You said you're going through my likes. What is it that you're looking for?
So, like, if I see the same girl hearting your page, just, like, every day, I'm gonna check the page, and I'm gonna see if you're hearting her page, and I'm gonna check her pictures, and I'm gonna check the comments, and I'm gonna check, like, you know, see where it's going. If I don't see what I don't like,
okay.
Then,
So we're gonna make up a girl in this scenario. Lauren. Lauren likes my pictures. Mm-hmm. You see me liking Lauren's pictures, mm-hmm. right? What is the conversation, if there's any conversation?
I'm gonna be like, so who's Lauren? And if they tell me, you know, you tell me like, okay, this is so and so, and I'm like, all right, so how do you know her? Why is she liking your pictures? Or hearting your pictures? Well, like is nothing. I feel like is like, all right, is, you know, you like everybody's pictures, but hearting it, all right, why are you hearting her pictures and all her pictures? Why is she hearting your pictures and all your pictures? What's going on? Let me know.
So are you willing to accept the fact that you might not be the only woman I find attractive?
But if you're in a relationship with me, or if we're like going into,
we're in
like,
a relationship, whichever scenario.
So if we're in a relationship, why are you liking other people's pictures, other females' pictures? At that, hearting at that,
so,
not liking, just hearting.
So we're not talking about why am I doing it. What I'm trying to get at is that I think the issue here is that we're looking to, whether it's a like, whether it's a heart, I don't think it matters. I'm going to be honest with you, I think it means the same shit, regardless, whatever you want to look at it. Want you just hold the button for a little longer. But the way I look at it is that, like, I can think, this girl look good, that girl look good, she look even better, but I'm with you because obviously just more than the look. So what are we talking about?
But why are you looking at other girls if you're with me?
You want me to be blind?
Yeah. Look at me.
Yeah.
Like, no, why are you looking at the girls if you're with me?
I'm not going out my way to look at other women, right? Mm-hmm. They're there. They're there.
All right.
Like there's 8
You
billion.
could look.
There's
You
8
could
billion
look,
people
but
in the
don't make
world.
it like noticeable, like for me to see. That's what the thing is. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, that's tough to do though, because social media that's something that everyone sees.
Well, if you're in a relationship with me, you have to deal with that.
So I can't like other girls' pictures.
No.
I'm not saying that's something that I'm doing. I'm just kind of like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
That's just me, bro.
Can't like no girls' pictures.
Heart it. You can't heart it.
What
Heart
about
it.
what about Instagram? There's no.
No,
Instagram
not even
is a
that.
heart,
Like
but
no,
Instagram
I'm
is an
gonna look.
automatic
I'm gonna
heart.
look through your likes. Like I'm gonna go through your phone and I'm gonna go through your likes and I'm be like, all right, so why are you hearting this picture? Oh, why is she liking your picture? Do y'all talk? Like, are you commenting? Like, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna make sure. Like, what's up? Because you're not telling me anything, so I'm gonna find out.
All right, what if there's no comments? It's just me liking the picture.
Okay, so then that's all right. Then
So then there's no problem me liking girls' pictures. I just think she looks good, but so do you. But it's just more than the looks. You gotta like. I think we have to understand that there are a lot of beautiful women in this world. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a picture. She looked good. That's why I liked it. We obviously follow it. Like what? So I guess the way I'm looking at it is why are we even following each other on social media if we're not interacting with each other? Then what's the point of it? You might as well just delete the fucking app.
I mean, this is what I think about social media. Social media always, with relationships and social media, is never good. It's always something with social media and relationships.
But social media, it's an inanimate thing. It doesn't do nothing. It does whatever you want it to do. So if you're saying there's a problem, then it's going to be a problem.
But then again, it's like with the whole texting other girls. That's cheating as well too.
We're not even talking about texting.
No, but I'm just saying, like the social media, you could DM girls. You could DM girls.
You can call them whatever you want. It's okay. We can swear.
You could DM bitches. You could DM bitches. That's still cheating. Like they could like your story and you could like their story. Then they're gonna go in your DMs like, oh, okay, you're cute, whatever. And then you be like, okay, that's cute. But at the end of the day, it depends on the guy, like how he's gonna take it and how he's gonna go with it.
But my question to you is, what if I'm just liking other girls' pictures? All right, so I see a picture, I think it looks good, I'm gonna like it. I'm not like, damn, she look good, I'm trying to slide on her DM. It's a picture.
Yeah.
Like why? What's the point of posting a picture? If the world can't interact with it, it just doesn't make sense.
I just feel like when you're in a relationship, don't like other girls' pictures. That's it. Like that's how I feel. I don't know if other girls feel that way, but I feel like that.
I mean, I don't want to go out and call that super toxic. I just think there's just other things that you got going on. I wouldn't call that super toxic. I think
just respect. That's it. Respect.
Oh, now we're taking the first respect.
Yep, respect. That's just respect. That's it. With me, it's respect.
So now I'm disrespecting you. See, that's toxic right there. Because you're taking it to a room that it doesn't need to be taken to. Now we're labeling it disrespect.
So now that I'm taking this OD, like I'm dragging it.
Yeah, you're dismissed. You need to get out. I'm sorry. Next. Hello.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the lovely audience?
Hi, my name is Amy.
All right, Amy. So you just seen my interaction with Ray. Talk to me. Tell me something.
Off the table. You cannot have nobody on social media that has liked you, that you've dated, or has had any interest in you. It's just a no-go. Because that's leaving a door open.
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
So it's okay for me to have.
I'm not gonna lie, that's really toxic.
For me to have, let's switch it around. So as a man, you okay with your woman having multiple men that have interest in her, she's dated in the past, following her, liking her social media, and everything that comes with it?
What's the point of the social media?
What's the point of having somebody that had interest in me when I'm happily in a relationship?
Okay, so then the issue that I have with that is this, right? I think that most men, for the majority, we're not going to talk about the exceptions. I think most men would sleep with the majority of women, right?
Okay.
So you take one man, you put him in a room with 100 women, he's probably going to sleep with like 90 of them, okay? So I say that to say that the majority of the men that follow you will probably want to sleep with you if they get the opportunity to do so. So if that's the case, the moment we together, you just delete the Instagram. Like that doesn't make sense.
But there's a difference when knowing someone already had interest in you and someone not having interest in you at all.
Who hurt y'all?
It's real though.
It-
Because if I know you dated this girl and you still following her and she's still following you and she liking your stuff and wishing you happy birthday under your post, what's the like? What are we doing? Communication should be cut off when y'all cut off your relationship. Unless there's a kid involved,
Okay,
I'm not
all right,
hearing it.
So then, all right. So let me ask you this question. I know I'm gonna talk about me personally.
Okay.
I can probably think of like a handful of women, like off the top of my head, that I've been involved with to a certain degree that follow me, or now follow them to this day.
Okay.
So me and you start dating today, I gotta go unfollow all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's toxic. Yeah.
Like, it's the principles.
Then what happens? What happens if we break up?
Then you unfollow me.
And like I don't.
What, you gonna go pick them right back up and follow them again? Like,
I just don't even think
your
they
past should be left in your past though. If you close the chapter, close it fully.
See what you see what you just did in action was very toxic because you're trying to so you essentially the way you just worded that is just like if you're done with them then just be done with them off everything. All right, I might as well just off them too. Just get them off this planet. Like that don't even make no sense. Like
It does make sense though. Because what is keeping you connected to that person? What do you need from that person that you still need to have them around in your life?
what did I need them at the beginning when we first followed each other? I don't think nothing's changed.
But I'm saying, obviously there was interest between y'all. It didn't work, whatever. Y'all didn't get past the talking stage. Or if y'all did date it, it ended. After that, what do you need them in your life for? What do you need them on your social? What purpose do they serve on your social media?
I don't think that.
A one more a follower more?
I just don't think none of that matters though. Why does that matter?
So if it doesn't matter, then why not unfollow?
So I think
if it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I think there's an optics part that plays into it. When I say optics is that if I go unfollowing every person that I've ever been involved with or that I knew like me or I like them, the moment I get involved with someone, that just look, I don't know, like to me, like all right, I'm going to talk to it I also like a man's perspective. If one of my guys I knew gets involved with a girl, the moment they get involved with a girl, they start following all the other girls they talk to. So I'm like, bro, like, why you, like, it's making it seem like there's an issue to me. It's just, bro, it's not this. I don't know. Like,
When I say like, I'm talking about you done had a personal connection with this person. I'm not saying like, oh, yeah, I saw her on social media. I like her. I like how she looks. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you done been intimate with this person. You done had an emotional connection on a certain level. That's what I'm talking about. When I use the word like, that's what I'm referring to.
so you're telling me that on your social media, you not following no one that you've been involved with in that way?
If I get into a serious relationship and from the time that I got single till I got into my serious relationship, there's people on my social media and they gotta go, they're gonna go.
I don't know how I feel about that. See, I guess this is I don't know if it's me or like I just don't think it's that big of a deal. And then you're gonna say if it's not that big of a deal, then just do it.
But exactly.
But the problem with the majority of the female population is that you guys are doing the thinking for us. Like you guys are like, we're not even thinking about that shit, bro. Like I'm like, bro, like what? Like you're sitting here saying that, oh, if it's not that, like it's like you're trying to connect the dots in my head.
But there's some men that do think about that though.
So,
There's some men that will literally go to a girl like, why do you still follow your ex? Why do you still have your ex on social media?
right, and there's also every blind squirrel finds a nut. Like we can't talk about we can't talk about the the exception, like the 1% of men who are like that, uptight and insecure. Like I don't know, like it's just not that big of a deal. Like
Again, like Ray said, some girls might not care, but I care. I care who you follow, who has access to you.
is that really access though?
Yeah, it's a form of communication. Social media is a form of communication. Because I don't block people from my phone and not block them on social media, and they've contacted me through social media. So yes, it's a form of communication at its finest, actually.
But all right, so I just don't like the blanket statement. Like anyone that you've been involved with, you gotta
Not-
eliminate them.
Again,
I know, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. Like to me, it's just like I just think that just looks. I don't know. Like I'm not saying that I would care. I'm just saying like, why do you care to even point that out? You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where like someone is cleaning and like you missed the spot. Like like
Yeah, you missed it.
I don't know.
It's pretty dusty over here.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Because, okay, from a girl's perspective, I left the guy. Now he's in a relationship. Now he's posted her. So now there's women out here that are so trifling that when they see a man happy, they're going to try and step back into that life. So yes, you got to block certain people from your past out.
Okay, I agree with what you're saying. Certain people, right?
Certain people.
But that I don't think that's ever like. For example, ain't no girl that I've been involved with had to worry about me sliding in the DMs because I see them happy. I don't care. Like you don't understand what I'm saying? Like, I guess what I'm saying is that the way you guys are speaking, you're speaking as if this is an absolute in the essence of like, okay, you and her dated. Okay, I used what name did I use before? Lauren. Yeah. Okay, you and Lauren dated 5 years ago, but you with me now, so you gotta unfollow her. Like, bro, I haven't talked to Lauren since then. Like, what does it matter if I follow her or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, it's like me unfollowing her gives it the look like there was, like, yeah, there was something there. That's why you had to unfollow her. You like, like to me,
She shouldn't be so worried about you that she sees that you unfollow her though. If it's been 5 years, just saying.
I will, I guess, admit that I'm not doing too good of a job arguing this point. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like it
doesn't make sense, but it's also not toxic.
No, I think it's coming from a place of toxicity though.
No, it's not.
Nah, it definitely is. It definitely is.
I don't think it is.
Because you guys are trying to essentially say if it really isn't that big of a deal, then just do it my way. And I feel as if the issue when it comes to that frame of mind, that can very easily escalate to other things and other certain, I guess, subject matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, if it's not that big of a deal, then just do it this way. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying, but in the same sense, in the same breath, you're also saying it's not that big of a deal. So you're arguing with me that it's not that big of a deal. But if it's not that big of a deal, why not just do it?
So, all right, this is probably going to sound dumb as hell. I'm just putting this out there.
Okay.
And it's probably going to sound better in my head. Imagine a fucking auditorium, right? Like a school gymnasium, whatever, a hall. There's 500 people in there. All right. You and me start dating. And in that crowd, there's one girl that I messed around with. The moment me and you start dating, she got to get out.
She got to go.
Like,
she got to do the dash.
Like there's so many, like, you know what I'm saying? I just think that it doesn't change the pic. Like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we even spotlighting? So the way I carry myself with everything through life is like, I just don't think that there's a need to have certain conversations. Like, why are we even talking about her? You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't even thought about her until you told me to unfollow her. You know, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, if you haven't thought about her, then unfollow her." But like, why are we even bringing her in? Why are we putting the spotlight on her?
At the end of the day, the conversation is gonna go back in circles.
I guess so. Shit. Nah, I don't.
It ain't. Don't deem me as toxic because that is not toxic. That's just
no. I think it's toxic, and I'm the judge. I'm just not having a good. I'm not able. I don't know how to articulate the fact that it's toxic. But I'm telling you right now, that shit is toxic. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, next. Next. That shit was toxic. How we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm Deja. Hi, nice to see y'all. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you, Deja. All right. So you done heard me had a little back and forth with Ray and Amy over there.
Yeah.
Tell me something.
All right. So first of all, let's take it back a little bit. We've been talking a lot about social media. That's really where a lot of it starts. But let's take it back to trust, insecurities, trauma, the one-sidedness, the 50-50, the conversation about guy friends and having female friends.
Okay.
I feel like, since we haven't talked about social media a lot, like when it comes to relationships, I don't think it's what starts a lot of these things from happening. Like the trauma, the insecurities, a lot of that does start from home or just experiences that you go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I think social media has played a really big role in like bringing those out, creating them, or just bringing out the existing ones that are there. So it's just like everyone goes into a relationship, especially if it's your first relationship, like head over heels, naive, basically learning as you go, like what's the right thing to do, what's the wrong thing to do. And I feel like everyone has been in a relationship where they've trusted someone 100%. I feel like something I've always been told growing up is that without trust, you have nothing. Like that was like the main thing. When I got into my first relationship, I trusted the person 100%. But what made me insecure or have traumas about certain things is from the experiences I went through in that relationship. And I feel like with social media, bringing those out or just being something that helps you kind of relive it, that's why we have things, especially in this generation, where it's just like, okay, well, now you can't follow your ex anymore. Now you can't like this girl's picture because you could be doing something. Like that's why all of these conversations are even coming about. You kind of.
Yeah. So you actually just listening to you talk right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to, I guess, put together in my head what I was trying to explain to the last to Amy and Ray, and everything that they were talking about is coming from a place of toxicity because the trauma and whatever the case that y'all went through. While I'm not saying it's invalid, everyone's feelings is valid. It is what it is, right? But that was a toxic relationship or situation or experience, and because of that, it manifested into these toxic tendencies, these toxic thoughts, these, oh, you can't follow no one. Oh, you can't, I need to check your location, or like the moment we dating for a month, I need to know where you at 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of these conversations should happen, and these boundaries too should happen organically. And it doesn't happen organically because the toxic shit that you guys have experienced in your past, like I said, manifests itself in a toxic manner to where one day if I'm going out and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna send you my location so you know where I'm at. And then now from that day on, you just got my location.
Yeah.
Whereas what's she, a month in, send me your location. Like, that's crazy. Like, for you to just bring that, like, that's why, how do you even pose that question? Especially like, and so I guess the actions are not so much as toxic as to the reasoning behind it. Like, it's coming from toxic shit you experience, which is why it's toxic. Like, this is not, I don't even think you're doing it as a place to, you're not doing it to see where the fuck I'm at, like, because you care about me. You're trying to make sure I'm not doing something I'm not supposed to be doing.
I don't think the initial intention when you get into a relationship, especially a new one after you've been through some things, I don't think the initial intention is to just get on that person's nerve and to like be toxic. I think when you've been in a toxic relationship, it tends to put you out of a character that you never thought it tends to put you out of character. It tends to put you into a character you never thought you would be. Or I think that's a good way to kind of, it puts you into a character you never thought you would see yourself being. And so that's why, like, I'm going to sound like a sot when I probably say this, but that's why it is very, very important to go through a healing phase when you're out of a toxic relationship. I like 100% advocate for that all the time.
I don't even think you need to go. I don't think you need a. I don't even think it has to be a toxic relationship for you to have to go through a healing phase. Like, I'll give you an example, right?
But I don't think anyone goes into a relationship thinking it's going to be toxic either. Like, you go into a relationship hoping that the person would just be good to you and you'd be good to that person. But situations happen, whether the person went through something themselves and they just didn't heal from it, where they're, like, maybe they're going through something and they're just, you know, reflecting it onto you. But no one ever goes into a relationship thinking that the person is going to be toxic. If you've been through something, though, and you don't take that time to reflect on it and heal from it and allow yourself to be good 100% or at least 90% before you get into a relationship.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to give you an example of what Ray said. When she said, I asked her, I said, okay, we start dating now.
Yeah.
When do I need to send you my location? She said, a month in, right? She already had that answer because this is something that this is like embedded in her. Like immediately, more sooner rather than later, I need to know where you at, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, women are different too. Like you're gonna experience different women just like you're gonna experience different men. So different women are gonna want that location like sooner than Ray. You know what I'm saying? Some people want that like 2 weeks in, a day in. So it really just depends on the kind of person that you are. And I'm gonna say person because it's not even just women, it's men too. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of this, like something that you said to one of the girls, I think it was Amy, was the female population. It's not just us though. And I feel like that's where things get so misconstrued because everything is always so one-sided. It's not just us. Men have toxic tendencies too.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like you can't think of it from just how we do things. Like, yes, we are like the main people that do it, but that's because we don't shine a lot of light on the men that do it too. So there are a lot of men that ask for that location. I've personally never asked any guy for location, but
Really?
I've been asked for a location.
Okay.
Can I have your location? Okay. But I'm okay giving it because it's like I got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But now when I ask for it, or if I even ask for it, it's like, why you think I got something to hide? I didn't say that. I just wanted it because I'm sharing mine. And I just want yours too.
Deja, you're not giving me toxic vibes. You're not giving me toxic vibes. I guess I will. I'll continue the conversation by saying that me personally, I'll tell you something that's super toxic, right? I don't name drop when I talk about my experiences, but I had a girl one time. Me and her messed around for a while, right? I'm at her house one day. Right. I swear to God, I remember this. I remember this like it was 2 minutes ago. We watching TV, and I think I was scrolling on my phone, whatever. And she's like, "Let me see your phone real quick." And I just gave it to her. It was on my Snapchat. She had She had sent herself my location. I never knew. I never knew. That's toxic. Like that's super toxic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know how to react to that. And she was like, yeah, like it's been on there for like about a month and a half. And there was no issue because it was just like I never lied about where I was going or, but to me it's just like that right there, what I'm saying is that comes from, you could say, oh, that's her trauma. You know what I'm saying? But that was a toxic situation, which manifested into that toxic behavior, into literally just turn on without me knowing. She didn't even act like she did it on. I don't know. I don't even remember at what point she did that. Like I obviously left my phone around, and she just turned it on. But that's where I'm saying that all these tendencies that with the obsession of you, because you haven't said nothing that was like wild yet.
Well, let me ask you something real quick. Did you ask her about it? Like why she sent? Like did you guys have a conversation about that?
Did we have a no?
Why? Because and the reason I asked is because I noticed you said I think it comes from a place of trauma, and 9 times out of 10 it probably did.
Scratch thing. I know it comes from a place of trauma.
But did you ask her?
No.
Why? Because you just knew.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at just knowing shit.
But like, what if it didn't come from a toxic relationship? What if it came from something else?
From what?
You didn't ask.
Let's brainstorm. Let's brainstorm
You
right
didn't
now.
ask.
Let's brainstorm, you and me right now.
Okay.
Where else could that come from?
Well, people go through family things first,
Okay.
typically, before they go through things with other people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes it's not always like, I've gone through things in my relationship, but I come from a great household. You know what I'm saying? Some
Agree, me too.
people, it's like, it's the opposite, or they just had bad experiences all around.
Yep.
But you won't know that until you ask them.
What does any of that need to...
Because it helps you understand a person and be able to gauge, like, where you want it to go. If you really like the girl, it's like you would have that conversation. Did you really like her?
Yeah.
Because if it was just like, okay, yeah, I liked her, but it just was like that turned me off, like, that's understandable, but you didn't like her enough to have the conversation, I feel like.
No, it had nothing to do with me like it. So I just think sometimes certain things don't need to be addressed,
Yeah.
right? Like, for example...
That's understandable. I agree with that.
I'm trying to come up with an analogy on the fly, but it's just like there's just certain things that like I don't need to, you know. I don't even like. I'm trying to figure out what I would have said because I'm gonna be honest, it would have turned into an argument because to me there was nothing that you could have told me that would warrant for you doing that.
Yes.
So hold on, me not being toxic, right? Instead of getting into that whole bickering, I just let it be.
Now, let's turn this around, right? Because I feel like whenever we do have these conversations, we have to see it from both points of view. Say it was you, right? But say that didn't come from you being in a toxic relationship. Would you want her to ask?
Be me.
But listen, because everyone says that. Everyone says, "Oh, that would never be me," until it's you. But why? But why I say that is because if we turn this on its head for a little bit, right? Say it hypothetically, it was you that did that, but you weren't in a relationship.
I can't even do I can't do hypothetically.
But
No, not with this.
Try. Say it was you, hypothetically,
Okay.
and she didn't ask you what. She just was like, you know what? I don't know why you did that. I don't care to know why you did that. Get out my house. But it didn't come from you being in a toxic relationship. Maybe it came from something in your family.
From where though? Where does that come from?
Listen, you never know. But you probably got a feel away because she didn't ask you.
But why am I paying for the sins of what others did? Like that doesn't make no sense.
Then you were dealing with somebody that just wasn't ready to be in a relationship.
And that's toxic.
But you can still have
You
that
know what,
conversation.
Deja? I think I just figured out my first toxic thing about you.
Is that toxic because I like to understand somebody?
You're defending toxicity.
I'm not defending toxicity. I'm saying you're clearly not a person that wants to, because that's understandable. I think there's a lot of people out there that don't care to know, but something to know about me, and it may be toxic. Maybe a lot of people think it's toxic. Okay, cool. But I like to understand why somebody does something before I just cut it off. If that's toxic, it's toxic. But personally, I don't think it's toxic because I feel like when the roles have reversed and they have with me.
I'm getting a note handed to me off camera, guys. Toxic doesn't mean unwarranted. It means unproductive. Super valid. Shout out to Chris.
Period.
Super valid. I appreciate that, Chris. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. It is what it is. The person who did that was the mother of my child. So that goes. Hold on. That goes to say, and we have a great co-parenting relationship, right?
I hope.
I remember. You want to know? And I've talked about him before, guys. Who had the conversation with her? my boy Adonis. I remember one time we were at my house. And we're drinking and we're talking. The guy I mentioned, he passed away.
My apologies, my condolences.
Oh yeah, I know it sucks. Yeah, I know why I shouldn't be laughing, but that's how I deal with shit like that. I forgot how we got into that conversation, and she started talking about it. She was like, "Yeah, I turned his location on without him knowing," and he's like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" And it's just valid. Why did you do that? You know what I'm saying?
But he asked why. Were you just kind of
yeah,
that's two different interactions. His first reaction was, "Why'd you do that?" Whereas, what was your first reaction? Like, you just sat there and was just like, I don't even know how to even adjust this. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah, no, it was just more of like I don't need to ask the question that I know the answer to. And the answer was given during that conversation.
Okay.
Where I forgot, I couldn't tell you verbatim what she said. This was like fucking 6 years ago, 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But she was just on some just like, it was just because of the men I've dealt with before, yada, yada, just that, the third, the men I've dealt with before, the men that weren't him, but it's still gonna, you know what I'm saying? Any Hoosers. Yeah, it's just, like I said, all that stuff comes from a place of like I said, the toxic shit you've experienced before manifested itself into that toxic, I don't want to say behavior because it's not like an ongoing thing, or it could be, but to that toxic decision, you know, like me just turning on his location. That's crazy.
Okay.
Like, why not just ask me? Why not just say, hey, can you share my location? I'm going to tell you no. Especially during that point in time, we weren't even dating. We were, that's a separate conversation, whether I consider dating or not. But there was absolutely no way in hell why she deserved to have my location during the time when she turned it on. Mm-hmm. Absolutely not.
And that's what
And me and her can
like
talk about that
warranted,
to this day right now.
And that's what I feel like could have warranted a conversation. Because even you feeling like that, you could have said that to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you didn't deserve to have my location.
For what, though?
Nor did you need to ask before either.
I just don't think that would have been a productive conversation.
Maybe not, but it didn't have to be a long conversation either. It could have just been a let me tell you what it is, and that's it.
If you had $1 on you, would you just throw it out the window on the highway? Would you just open the window and throw it out? $1. Just humor me.
Well, what am I throwing it out for?
It's just $1 though. Who cares?
But like, just randomly, like not even to a homeless person.
No,
like,
no.
I would give it to a homeless person.
No.
If it was outside.
You're on I-95 and you just said fuck this $1 and threw it out there. Like, no one's doing that. I'm gonna answer it for you. No one's doing that, okay? And the reason,
like, why would I do that?
But no, follow me, right? Because I fucking talking analogies. The reason why I said that is because you know how you were just like, even if it was a short conversation, you should have just had it. Like, no, it would have been unproductive, right?
Yes.
So although it's just $1, it's very fiscally irresponsible of me to just throw it out the window.
I just feel like it just was interesting to hear that both of your both of your interactions or reactions to the situation turned out differently. You kind of just were like, you know what, like, I don't even know why she did that, but I'm not even about to ask her. Whereas he's just like, can I ask you, like, why you did that though? I'm very curious, like, why you felt like you needed that, or why you felt like you were warranted to that.
I guess because the way I know the answer, it is what it is, you know. And it's obviously shit that you've done, because there ain't no way in hell that you have never dealt with a bad situation, like you haven't done with no toxic shit, and you just randomly do that. Like, no one just does that. You know what I'm saying? So this is obviously coming from a place of hurt, or being lied to, whatever the case may be, trauma. Right? We're just labeled trauma. This is coming from that place.
All right. So let me ask you something, Alex. That's your Alex. All right. It's about to be my podcast now. So. You're somebody who assumes I feel like I'm gathering that from you. You someone that assumes? I only ask that because I know I've had a problem with that before. Like, I'm somebody that, I'll admit it, I sometimes be quick to assume that was my toxic trait at one point.
I make hypotheses.
So you assume.
There's a difference between a hypothesis and an assumption. A hypothesis is an educated guess based on historical trends and things that have happened in the past. I don't just pull stuff out my ass.
Wait, based off stuff that happened in the past. So is that you creating a guess based off of your past experience?
No, just I'm a very observant person, but I'm gonna give you a quick analogy.
Okay.
Where me and you are talking here, right?
Okay.
Let's say there was 10 other people here waiting to talk to me.
All right.
And every person that came up did not speak English. She only spoke Spanish. When the last person comes up to sit down and talk to me, I'm going to assume they don't speak a lick of English. And that isn't a bad assumption. That's just based on everything what's happened. Okay. You know? Okay. So, like, I don't make assumptions just to make assumptions. Like, I analyze.
So, here would be this. Can you go into how you hypothesize that situation?
How I hypothesize what?
Like, why she could have shared your location with her. with herself?
My assumption was that it comes from a place of just her being hurt and lied to, whatever case may be, because that's where it comes from all you women.
So where's the hypothesis, though?
The hypothesis is, my educated guess is based on women I've been involved with. I mean, Ray wants to know your location after a month of dating. So like, and mind you, this was something I assumed 6 years ago. We're gonna go to now. She's basically saying the same thing. At least she has the decency to ask me, you know. But yeah, no, the hypothesis in my head, I'm just like, all right, like she just obviously just got trust issues, which who doesn't? Like, or I really don't. But
So did you assume or did you hypothesize?
I hypothesized.
But you just said you assumed that.
Well, now what's that? We're arguing semantics. Assume everything that I make is a hypothesis.
Okay.
Y'all like that, right? That was good. That was good. You know, I haven't. She's doing a very good job, actually. Deja, yeah, she's not toxic. I actually like this. Yeah, can you? No, you're not toxic at all. No.
I wouldn't say I'm not toxic. I would say I've had my toxic tendencies in the past created from a relationship I was in where that person was toxic because he went through things. But I've also allowed myself, I'm still kind of in that period where I'm observing my own tendencies, my own actions. I'm reflecting on different things, and I'm allowing myself to take the time to learn myself and heal so that I don't go into the next relationship and bring that with me. Because when I did do a trial run thinking, oh, I'm healed, I'm good, I could just move on, I noticed, yes, when I got back into dating, I dated someone and realized that I was only bringing those assumptions, those insecurities and trauma with me because when his phone, well, I wouldn't say his phone, when his iPad dinged one morning, it took everything in me not to want to check because I just was like, no, girl, that's not you, baby. That's not you.
You wanna hear something? You wanna hear something interesting? I was with the mother of my child for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3 years. Yeah, roughly 3 years, right? Maybe a little more. I never knew the password to her phone.
Really?
No,
I've never known the password to any of.
I never cared to. Never asked for it. Never. It was just like, I don't even think I ever grabbed her phone. Yeah. To me, it's just like it. I would like to say that I've been very blessed in life to where I haven't really dealt with these issues that the majority of people deal with when it comes to dating. I also think that I have a very way of weeding out bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you don't consider yourself a toxic person either?
No, absolutely not. I'm not. I wouldn't say that. I'm sure I have toxic
traits.
Tendencies, you know what I'm saying? Like, but overall, absolutely not.
Okay, Alex. So you tell me something.
Oh, you flipping the script on me?
You tell me something. You tell me something. How are you in a relationship? Let's be the judge here. The judges.
I'm very nonchalant. Like very like
nonchalant in what way? Because I'm curious. And the only reason I ask that is because I am curious. I feel like there are different levels to nonchalance.
I don't know how to gauge that.
Like, okay, so let me give you a scenario, because I've dealt with two nonchalant men before.
My people.
So, say that you had a girl, you're in a relationship, and they went to a whole different city, or ran into each other in a whole different city. Like,
who's they?
This guy that maybe she talked to or dated before. How, like, would you be nonchalant in that situation? Would you ask her about it? Like, how would you handle that situation? Like, say they ran into each other in a different city. Like, she went out to New York or something.
Okay, no, we need to put this in like specifics and in circumstances. All right, so me and you are dating. You go to New York. You see your ex-boyfriend. Like you just seen him?
Like just seeing
Like
him.
you're at Dunkin'
maybe
and he's in the line too?
Like, like maybe I do go to Starbucks or something, and he's in the line. And he's like, "Hey, Deja's been a while," and next thing you know, like we walk the city, catch up, but it's nothing crazy, it's something platonic. But we take a picture, maybe we post it on social media, and it's just like,
all right. So I'm gonna hold that thought because I'm gonna address something right now. Everyone else is done. Like now me and her are locked in right now. All right. All right. So me personally,
okay,
me personally, that really wouldn't bother me.
okay,
So I also got a question too. Like, okay, you come home. Like, are you just telling me that you ran into your ex, or you're not even?
yeah,
talking about
like so. Let's say that I came home and I told you about it. Would you would you just be nonchalant about it? Would you be like, "Oh, okay," or would it just be like a whole thing?
it? Yeah, no, I would be like, okay, no, it's cool. Yeah.
You wouldn't ask me no questions. You'd just be like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, to me, I don't know. Like I seen him at Dunkin'. Like, what am I gonna ask? What did he order? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to say to that? I'm also very so, and call me cocky. I also think that I'm a master communicator. Like, I will tell you when I don't know what to say. So if you tell me like, yo, like I went and I ran into Kevin, right? I'm like, okay, like how's he doing? How's he doing?
Like
I don't
you
know.
wouldn't you wouldn't ask like, oh, like, and then what happened? Like you wouldn't like ask anything like that. Like, oh, okay, like what y'all do?
I would
Like,
expect
would you just assume
I would
that it would just
expect
be
you to be transparent about it.
okay?
And there's a difference between transparency and honesty.
Okay.
Honesty is when you tell me when I ask you. Transparency is you just telling me without me having to ask you.
Right.
Which I think everyone is honest. No, not very few people are transparent. Okay? So if you bring up the fact that you seen Kevin and you just leave it at there, I'm going to assume you seen him in the line and didn't acknowledge him.
So now let's say in a different scenario or the same scenario but a different outcome, you've seen the picture on social media, like you've seen it on my story or something, or his story. Maybe I didn't post it on my story. Maybe you've seen it on his story.
I don't know.
What would be your reaction to that?
I got to think about that for a second. I want to ask you while I think about this really quick, how would you expect me to react? Or how would you want me to react?
Honestly, I feel like why I'm bringing this up. It's a little story talk.
Yeah, but you guys see what I'm talking about. This is coming from like a toxic situation. So
yeah. So okay. So I'll give you a real time story time because I didn't bring up that scenario just out of nowhere. So I
didn't say it, but I was assuming or hypothesizing that.
Okay. So I've been in a situation where I went to the city for a casting with my friend, my other friend, and a guy that I talked to, but we never dated. We never were intimate. It really just was like we were trying to see if it would become a relationship, and it flopped. Kudos to him, though. You're still a great guy. Sort of. Anyway, but getting to the point, we ended up in Five Below. Don't ask how. I really don't know. It was kind of a weird side quest.
Like y'all walked there together?
Yeah, like we all in a group walked to Five Below after the casting because it was kind of short, and we wanted to, spend more time out there instead of just going home.
What?
My friend takes a little mirror picture with just the two of us, but then he gets in. She's like, okay, well, you're right there, like, come in the picture. But he puts his arm around me. His arm is down when it comes to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was to me, I felt like, we're just buds. We haven't seen each other. We haven't talked to each other in a while. Cool. I didn't let my partner know at the time that he was going because I was worried about his reaction to him being in the car. But then later on that night, I told him that he did come with us and like just how the day went. Then the script was kind of flipped to where it was like he made it seem like he saw the picture and that he caught me in some sort of lie, like was asking me like what was going on here, why didn't you tell me he went, blah, 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 blah. So that was his reaction, but I was hoping the reaction for him would have just been, oh, okay, just because I was transparent.
No, you weren't transparent because you didn't tell me.
Not in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
And I took accountability for
so
that.
So you can't be So that's the beautiful thing about transparency. You can't be transparent at the middle of a situation to the end of it. Yes. Transparency is full on through. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So if from the beginning you would have said he's coming and we're all going to be together, you know, and at that point if he has a problem, he has a problem. You know, like my favorite question to ask in any type of relationship is what now? Yeah. Because like what now? You know?
So now what, in the situation where I took accountability for it, because mind you, it was a last minute decision for him to come. It wasn't an original plan. It was just supposed to be me and my 2 girlfriends going out to the city for a casting, and that was it. But I was told last minute that he would be there and if I would be okay with it. And I just was like, I mean, I don't see why not. Like, there's nothing really with us. But I wasn't transparent about it because it wasn't like a question that was asked. I just made sure to mention it at the end of the day when he did ask, like, oh, how was your day? Like, who went with you? Everything like that. Then it was just like, okay, yeah, so-and-so went, blah, 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 and him. Okay. Now how would that situation, because that's really what happened.
So I'm only going to talk about how I carry myself. And you asked me, how do I carry myself in a relationship? The moment I decide to not date you, that we are together, you and I, you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, right? We're partners. I have full trust in you. Right. That means that if you tell me there isn't an issue, then there isn't an issue. Okay. Okay. So if you don't, and this is why I guess the whole problem with spotlighting, like if you liked her or she liked you, or if you have something unfollowing her, like we're putting a spotlight on something that hasn't been shined on in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's just, and that's why I say every circumstances matter. Like if you're just telling me like it's just a normal thing, then I'm following your lead. Okay, we seen a Dunkin', you know, or whatever, and then we went to 5. Like we're like, you know, like I'm not gonna think nothing of it at all because you're not presenting it to be an issue. I'm not there. I only know what you tell me. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And I think that the issue with most people, right, men or women, is that I'm a gambler, right? I like to gamble. Right? Casino, sports betting, right? Call it a problem, whatever the case may be. I understand when I make these bets, I could lose my money. Yeah. Right? That's a risk I'm willing to take. The moment you decide to get involved with someone, they could hurt you. That's what it is. Like, I think that we forget that. Like you run that risk. So if you don't want to get burnt, then stay out the kitchen. You like it could happen. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We got to be realistic when it comes to these things, you know? So to me, if you're not presenting it to be an issue and you're just very like, oh, like we did this, we did that, I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. Like, I'm going to be honest, I think I can, and I've said this, and whether you want to say it's a good thing or a bad thing, I actually think it's a great thing. I think I can sit every woman that I've slept in here in this room with, and it all be like kumbaya.
Now, even if you're in a relationship, it would all be kumbaya? Yes. Okay. So here, let's talk about it. Because have you met this generation of men? Okay. The reason I'm intrigued by this conversation is because you don't seem like somebody that would make something bigger than it needs to be.
Yes, that's my point with the whole.
But here's the thing. Like I said before, it's not just women. Like this generation of men out here, redonkulous. Okay. And yes, this generation of women too. Like we're all going through something. Like it's just like guys could probably say the same thing, and that's valid. But it's just like, I think if you find a quality man and find a quality woman, yes, you run the risk of losing them or getting hurt by them or hurting them, but If you are somebody that you know that you have someone of quality and you aren't of quality yourself, you probably should take a back seat, sit back, and allow yourself to get where you need to be and hope that she's there when you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this generation of men and women are so quick to get into relationships that they're not ready for. Or they stumble upon these good men and women and they're hurting them because they're not right with themselves.
And that's toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a nutshell.
What I was gonna say earlier is that I don't think you need to come out of a bad situation. That forget what I was about to say. What I guess we'll say is that I don't think that you need to end something. No matter what kind of relationship it was, whether it was good or bad, I still think that every relationship that is ended, you need time after, even if it was a really good one.
Absolutely.
Because you are not the same as Amy, and Amy's not the same as Ray. So I cannot act, and while I'm not going to change who I am, right? But there's just certain things that you probably would be okay with that Amy wasn't, or Ray wasn't.
Right.
And the only way that I won't act towards dating you how I dated Ray or Amy is if I took some time after them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna see, but we're creatures of habit. That's what humans are. You know, whether it was a good relationship, bad, long lived, short lived, whatever the intentions of it were, you start to develop tendencies that are molded towards each other. And until you I unlearn those and don't do those as a habitual thing, you don't deserve to be talking to no one.
And that's why I think it goes into another point. Boundaries and standards. I feel like a lot of us out here don't have boundaries and standards when it comes to relationships. Like we're not taking the time out in between one relationship into another to work on ourselves, focus on ourselves, but that also comes with not establishing boundaries in that time either. I know when I went in my first relationship, I didn't have those. Coming out of it, I could say I'm going to go into another relationship a different person. Why? Because I've established boundaries and standards from what I went through, so that I know next time that when I do spot a red flag, I'm going to have a conversation about it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I don't think it's productive enough to. But once I spot it, I know how to handle it going forward.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, and we're gonna go back to what Ray said in the beginning because she said, want your location. That's a boundary. I think that's a toxic boundary though, like right away.
I think there's a difference between good boundaries and toxic boundaries. I think certain boundaries and standards.
What are some of your boundaries?
Some of my boundaries are, I can kind of name probably, some people probably will think it's a dumb one. I've now made it a boundary that I don't want to be contacted after a certain time of night. I feel like after a certain time of night, we don't really got nothing to talk about for real. Like, I'm getting ready for bed. Like, that's me time. Like, my phone goes on D&D at 11. That means by, at 11 o'clock, I'm not expecting nobody to be hitting my phone.
Mine is 10.
Yours is 10? Mine might honestly be earlier. I feel like 11 is still a little bit too late because people be hitting me at 10. Next thing you know, my conversations be going over 11. But I've made that my boundary. I've also made it a boundary to... I wouldn't say it's a boundary. I think it's more of a standard. I like the door open for me, like all doors. I feel like guys don't do that enough anymore. Like you open your own
I agree
door.
with you, yeah.
And I feel like that's not even a standard or a boundary you should have. Like I just feel like that's chivalry. Like that's something that should already kind of be ingrained in a man to do. Like I feel like from not even just from my last relationship, but also from watching my dad and how he takes care of my mom, how he treats her. Like that's where a lot of my boundaries and standards come from. My dad, he don't want my mom touching that door. In fact, my mom don't even touch the door. My dad beats her to it so that she can't.
Let me ask you this question. We're dating. I don't open the door for you. Is that a problem?
It's not a problem. It just would be like a conversation. Like I might ask you, like, why didn't you open the door for me? Can I ask why you didn't open the door for me?
Okay.
Like, I've had that conversation in my last relationship. Like, can I ask you why you don't open the door for women? Oh, I didn't think that was something that you really cared about. Well, I do. Okay, well, I'll do that next time. Okay, cool.
What if it's like a one-off thing?
What do you mean, like you did it once and now it's like you give me the ick?
No. like we've been dating for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come up with a number, but like every 1 in 100 doors I forget to open. Are we having that conversation? Because if we are, I think that's toxic.
I think there are different situations where it's not that crazy. Like when I first started dating, I wasn't really thinking too much about the whole door thing. It was really my mom that was like, I want you to treat my daughter like a princess. I want you opening her doors for her. I want, like, when you come to the house, I don't want you honking the horn at her. I want you to come to the door, greet us, everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like from having that conversation with her about that and what that means and what that should mean to me, it's understandable. But I know that there are 1 in 100 doors that he might not open. That doesn't mean that it's a deal breaker, especially if you're a person that still, treats me right, maybe gets me random flowers, like does nice things for me, does the dishes, takes out the trash, whatever the case may be. Like, it should be 50-50.
I'm just trying to find a toxic thing. Yeah, no, she's not. She's doing a good job. Okay, so like I said, we're 6 months in. We go out to eat. I don't open the door for you. Are we having that conversation? No? Oh, well, all right. Well, I didn't find nothing toxic about you. Actually, you know what? It was poetic to end the episode this way, to where she actually wasn't tired, which is the reason why she didn't get dismissed. Anyways. Deja, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Thank you to everyone that was here. Guys, Alex, catch you next time.
I've been on the road, I've been trying to get my bins. Shooters, they on go, they don't need no second chances. Sometimes I do the most, other times I don't be saying much. That's just how it goes, I've been trying to get my bins.
Now it's everybody hit my line because I'm popping. Now it's bitches telling me I'm not a second option. Now it's labels sending contracts trying to get it live.